leaving. Hi, my name's Leo and I'm a boat builder and a sailor, and at the moment I'm on a mission to try and sail tally-ho back from the Pacific Ocean to the UK for the 2027 Fastnet race, which she originally won in 1927. Right now though, I'm on a ferry and we're actually on our way from Tally-Ho in Canada back to the US. We're going to visit Port Townsend, where a lot of the project happened. Got a few loose ends to wrap up from after we left, but also we got a lot of old friends and crew to catch up with, see how everyone's doing, and really give a proper goodbye, farewell, and thank you to the town of Port Townsend. So we've actually been in Port Townsend for a couple of days now. One of the reasons we came here was to move a bunch of stuff around and for me to move my stuff out of the place I was living. And that's actually why we came here on the ferry rather than sailed. One of the reasons anyway, because the truck is now up in BC, so we wanted to bring that down here, and we've got a lot of practical stuff to do. So it's just a little bit easier than sailing for this trip. But anyway, we've got a lot of that stuff sorted, and now we're going down into the yard to see the old shop and catch up with some of the old crew. And one of the big projects that's been going on down here recently is a yacht called Lyfe, a very beautiful classic yacht built in 1936, designed by William Fyfe III, one of the most famous yacht designers in the world. And this is one of his finest boats, and apparently it was his own favorite. And she's about 70 foot long, a yawl, and she also won the Fastnet race, just like Tally-Ho, in 1947, I think. So pretty special boat, and quite a few of Tally-Ho's old build crew are actually keeping busy on this project. So we're going to check the boat out and catch up with them. Zeel, it's great to see you again, and looks like you're keeping busy. Can you tell us what you've been up to and how you are?
I'm doing well. I'm actually just back at work in the boatyard. I spent a couple of months working on home projects, got an off-grid electrical system together, but now I'm back at it on boats, here working on Lyfe at the shop cooperative. Currently we're working on some deck repairs, and eventually I'll be moving on to doing some mast repairs and some other spar work. It's a big project, and it's a really cool boat to get the opportunity to work on.
Well, dude, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
And great to see what you're up to. Really hope you can come up and visit us and come sailing on Tally-Ho maybe next spring or something.
Yeah, maybe next spring.
If you're around.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, I'm Joe. I have Ocean Systems. I did all the systems on Tally-Ho with Erica's help. And yeah, I'm just kind of getting going back in the boatyard after a nice summer. Just finished up a repower on a 38-foot circumnavigating sailboat. The woman that owns the boat has sailed around the world twice in her, and that was a great job. And just getting started on Lyfe. I'm doing a bunch of electrical, primary electrical on her, a new gen set, new batteries, new inverters, chargers, revamped the shore power system, and then a lot of other ancillary odds and ends. I got kind of a tick list of heating, plumbing, winches, stuff like that I'm doing.
Well, Joe, I feel like we've done this a few times now, but it's worth reiterating. It's a real pleasure working with you. Such a lot of fun and so good to be here. And yeah, I mean, I'll see you again, but for now, all the best, and thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Leo. Yeah, I feel like Tally-Ho left a little hole in the boatyard, but we're trying to fill it quickly.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, hey, cheers, man.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yep.
See you next time.
Yep. Yeah, dinner tomorrow night.
Yes, tomorrow.
Well, after the Tally Ho project, we had a new deck on a boat called Blue Pearl, and then some incidental work on a small cutter. And then Latifa came to town. Well, it's going really well. It was kind of fortuitous. We moved Latifa into the same shop where Tally Ho was, and then a month or so ago, you moved out of this shop, and we needed the space, so we moved right in. So it's kind of interesting to see how the wheel turns, and then some of the usual suspects who are very skilled craftsmen are working with us on the Latifa project when they finish with Tally Ho.
Well, Robert, it's really good to see what you're up to. Latifa is a really cool project. Thanks so much for the amazing work you did on Tally Ho spars. Hopefully have many years and decades of sailing ahead of them. So it was a real pleasure working with you, and I appreciate all your support actually while I've been here in various different ways.
Well, Leo, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure working with you, and it was an honor to work on Tally Ho, and congratulations on a fantastic project.
Thanks, appreciate it.
This is a tiller arm for a project.
My name's Dylan, and the projects that I did on Tally Ho were all pretty small. We were just machining vents and brackets and welding little doodads, and since you guys took off, I have gotten a lot deeper into building driveline components from scratch, from raw materials, propeller shafting, couplings, stern tube adapters, building the tooling in the shop to accomplish those things, like a 20-foot shaft straightening press and a shop press with a long throw on it. On Latifa, the steering is a big part of my work that I'm doing on that, is completely tearing down every aspect of that. There is some work with the autopilot and the chain drive, the anchor windlass, the drive lines. I miss the boat being here. I miss you guys being here. I really enjoyed working with everybody and seeing all the projects come together and all the creativity.
So now we're walking to Haven Boatworks, which is a pretty big business here in the yard. And this is where Nick and Clifton have both been working since they left the Tally Ho project. So we're going to catch up with both of them. How's it going, dude?
It's all right.
Hey.
How's Leo?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. How's it going?
Great. You should do that. You should totally do that. I like this shop. If you're just tuning in, me and Nick took a job in a real industrial environment. Me and Nick took jobs at Haven Boatworks, and I just love it here. I love the noise. I love the dust. I love the lighting. And it was great to see Nick had joined the crew as well.
Oh, it's good to see you too, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like a grown-up doing big girl work now. I've done some cap rails, handrails. Just feel like I'm doing stuff that I hadn't done before. So it's cool to learn more stuff and get to do all sorts of different projects.
I've been milling up this Purple Heart today to make the shaft log for Heritage. 1947 Grandie 40, built in Seattle, designed by Ed Monk. She needs a shaft log. So doing that in two halves with a big cove bit on the router table.
Well, good work. It's good to see you. Good to see you keeping busy. And thanks again for all your work on Tally Ho. It was real pleasure working with you. And
I think of those days fondly. And pardon my absence, I have been waiting for the boat to get weathered because I just feel like I will have a much deeper appreciation for the vessel once it's been used. It's a bit too shiny and new for me.
Well, it's already getting less shiny, so
Good job.
you can come up and visit.
I'm sure I'll see it soon.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Clifton.
Thanks, Leah.
Appreciate it.
Great to see you.
All right, Nick. Well, we caught you here at work on deck of the Blue Peter, fine vessel.
Yeah, she's fancy.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
So I've been working primarily on the cap rail and the handrail. The handrail, of course, is off and the cap rails are covered now that y'all are here. But yeah, we just did 200 feet of fresh new teak cap rail, replacing all sorts of bits of the old handrail. Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is an amazing boat, and yeah, the work I've seen of yours looks fantastic, and everyone around here seems to be singing your praises.
They just don't know me well enough yet.
Wanted to say thanks again for your amazing work on Tally-Ho.
Yeah, dude.
It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. I'm sure that we'll work together again.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll come crew with us as well.
Yeah, I would love to get out there with y'all.
Cool.
When we can.
Cheers, dude.
Give me a hug.
I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it was really great to catch up with Clifton and Nick here at Haven Boatworks, and now we're going to just walk over to the other side of the yard to see a boat called the Lady Washington, which is at the Port Townsend Shipwrights Co-op, and we're going to talk to Pat and George, who are involved in that project. They got a big refit ahead of them.
Lady Washington is the official tall ship of the state of Washington. She is a replica of the original Lady Washington, built during the Revolutionary War. She was built as a trading ship, best known for her role in being the first American flagged ship to come to the West Coast. This replica was built in 1989. Right now she's sitting on the hard here in Port Townsend, getting ready for a major restoration.
So I've recently been working on some personal projects, some woodworking and videos and stuff for myself, but most recently I'm actually going to start working with Pat here again, doing some content creation for the Lady Washington. She's owned by a nonprofit, so we try and keep funds coming in because she's a very important resource here in Washington for education and history and all kinds of other stuff. The YouTube channel is called Grays Harbor Historical Seaport, and you could probably just search Lady Washington and find it.
Well, really good to see you guys, and really cool to see this project. Thanks again for all your amazing work on Tally-Ho, both of you. It's a real pleasure to work with you both, and I hope we get to do it again someday.
Yeah. Pleasure was mine.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Leo.
Thanks, George. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
We will.
Okay. Last year? No, you just did the top and some clothes now, and then that's when we prep. Get all ready.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hi, Jen.
What are you doing down here?
How was your party? I'm really sorry I didn't make it in the end.
Oh, you filming?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so the luau was wonderful. You know, it was really crappy weather, but still like 80 people came.
All right.
Hey, Patrick.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
It's good to see you. Tell me, what have you been up to since we got back from our summer trip to Haida Gwaii and back?
Well, it's been a busy couple months since you asked. I've been setting up my place in Port Townsend and, getting my home base all situated there and been talking to some folks about working on different projects in the yard, specifically probably going to pick up some work on Latifa. I have had some pretty exciting deckhand jobs on some yacht deliveries, which has been really exciting, something I'm getting into more. And but most importantly, I'm looking forward to doing some more work on Tally Ho in the coming months, in the winter and into the spring. Yeah, pretty excited. I'm going to be going up north in a couple weeks here to join the crew and see what kind of work needs to be done on board.
Cool.
In beautiful British Columbia.
That's great. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks, bud. Remember to eat your vegetables, kids.
Hey Bob, what have you been up to since the summer trip ended?
I've been mostly here in Port Townsend, taking it pretty slow, trying to work on my boat a little bit and get it back in the water, taking on very small jobs, not making any big commitments. Looking forward to sailing with Tally Ho to some significant extent over the next couple of years as she makes her way back towards Europe, England. It's also a really unique experience to, I've said this before, but to be part of a project that has such a deep well of positive feedback coming from such a broad community. And thank you. Thanks, YouTube.
So my next stop is Port Townsend Foundry, where a lot of Tally Ho's metalwork was made. Most of the bronze pieces came out of the foundry and they just do phenomenal work up there. So we're going to catch up with Pete and Kathy, hopefully, and also I'm trying to find a lead line for Tally Ho, so we'll see what they have.
Well, we've been doing all kinds of stuff right now, currently working on projects for the Coast Guard, building some blocks for the U.S. Coast Guard sail training vessel, the Eagle. We've been building some unique bow roller brackets this month, a couple of sets out, a couple of big struts, but you know, nothing new really at the foundry, just keep plugging along, got plenty of things to do. Other than, you know, the usual thing we all say is we're all short-handed and looking for the next generation to step up to the plate so that they can keep the company running and move forward. So if you're interested, there's a lot of opportunity coming up. Got a lot of new things going on, a couple new CNC machines being put in, and a lot of the other simple stuff that we teach and learn, so it's all great.
I hear you might have a lead line weight for me.
Yeah, we got some in the showroom. We can take your pick of which ones you like, and you know, I call it a digitally manipulated analog sounder.
Oh, they look nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. We could put Tally Ho in one of them,
yeah.
But it wouldn't happen today.
It wouldn't happen today. Lovely, that'll do the trick.
It's been a good adventure to see the Tally Ho get I guess not only rebuilt, but reconstituted back into the sailing vessel she once was.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing.
Well, thanks. Yeah, really appreciated working with you and all your support. And one more piece to add to the collection.
Yeah, add to the collection of goodies. That's great.
Right.
Well, again, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks again, Pete.
Pleasure.
Likewise.
And we'll keep in touch in your travels.
Yeah. So Pete,
you want to do a?
So Pete, what are you doing
for old time's sake?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell am I doing? So we're back. I'm back in my old shop, Leo's old shop now. My new shop in a way, full circle. I did have a rather abrupt departure from the Tally Ho project a couple years ago. And I do apologize for that. I mostly want to apologize for not saying a proper farewell to all the people who admired watching me work on the channel. That's not to say I wasn't offered
a segment to give a proper farewell. But at the end of the day, I found myself a little anxious and stressful being in the limelight so much. I also had other jobs calling me in the neighboring shop, a co-op that I'm a part of here in the Port Townsend Boatyard. I felt other people needed me. There was plenty of other people to fill my shoes. The boat got finished. It's functioning, sailing. It looks amazing. I'm ecstatic about how that thing turned out for everybody involved. So Leo should be proud, very proud. The craftspeople that worked on the project should be extremely proud of themselves. It's an amazing resume for anybody. So yeah, I moved on to a few different projects, some small scale, week-long projects here in the boatyard, some bigger stuff. I did some fish boat work. I put an aluminum top house on a Washington Coast crab boat. I did a partial rebuild of the Argonaut 2, Canadian double ender, 73-foot Canadian double ender. And I play a part in a 10-person co-op, the Boat Shop Cooperative here in the boatyard.
Well, Pete, it's good to see you.
Not that we haven't seen each other in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Some viewers may not have realized that you've been right next door the whole time, so we've been catching up fairly regularly, but it's been nice to have a beer and catch up a bit more properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks again for your huge part in Tally-Ho project. It was really great working together. There were some tough times for sure with the winter of planking and the Bronze Age and stuff, but
Bronze Age.
we got through it, and I'm very grateful for your work and your part in the project, and wish you all the best for sure with the shop, the boat shop cooperative, which is awesome.
I'm really happy to be a part of it. I really am. It was again like totally surreal to be on a project of that magnitude, you know, as much shit as I may have given you at times, you should be really proud of yourself. In all honesty, just stellar job, like truly stellar job.
Well, thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
Well, it was really great to catch up properly with Pete, and if you're interested to see in more depth what he's been up to and what he's going to get up to, he's actually started his own YouTube channel, so you can go and check that out. I'll leave a link below in the video description. It's been really great to catch up with all the old crew and other people associated with the project. Of course, there's lots of people I haven't seen. A lot of people are not living in this area anymore, or they just came for a short time, or they're busy. But anyway, right now I'm back at the crew house. This is the house where me and some of the crew have been living for the last few years, and some of them are going to be continuing to live here actually, but I am moving out. I've just been moving my stuff out over the last few days, and tonight we're going to be having a little bit of a party here, and then tomorrow morning Myrat and I are going to be driving back up to the ferry and back to Tally-Ho.
So what I've been doing since Tally-Ho left the yard is helping Darlene transition, which was a beautiful thing. And I just have to say, I'm so grateful for the way that this has all turned out and how many lives have been touched. There's so many of us that were part of it. And that's community. And that's what we're here for on this planet. Just so blessed. And I know Darlene is looking down, blessing the project and all the people that were part of it as well. Thank you, Leo, and thanks everybody for supporting the Tally-Ho, and just grateful.
Thank you so much for what you've done. Really, you and Darlene made made this project possible, and you know, your family, and going through all that with you and with her, and her transition was, you know, just so powerful and special, and you know, I was so happy that the community was able to help you guys as well. And
We're about to light this up. Yeah. What do you think?
It's a Nicaraguan cigar.
Leo says go for it.
well, it's been really special to come back and have just a little bit more time to catch up with some of the folks in Port Townsend who were involved in the Tally Ho project. And of course, we didn't get to talk to everybody who was involved by any means, but hopefully those who we didn't talk to today, I will be catching up with in the future, someplace, sometime. But for now, this town, this community has been so special, so welcoming, so supportive of this project. And you know, I end every video with a thank you, and today I want to just really focus that thanks on the town of Port Townsend, the community here, everyone who's sort of come and gone and been a part of this project, or who may still be here, the volunteers who are such a huge, important part of the project early on, and the more recent build crew, and the whole community. It's a really special place, and you know, I'll be back, but this is goodbye to Port Townsend for now, and I'm going to miss it. So thank you, Port Townsend, and thank you for watching. Thank you all for supporting this project. Of course, it's what makes it all possible, and I really, really appreciate it. For now, for us, it's time to head back to Tally Ho and to continue our winter adventures. So I'll see you next time. Cheers.